I can still smell the sheep dung and BO. Oh no, that's Adrian.
Because it's full of the air, it will kind of...
You're alright with that little fella? All we had to do was enjoy the fantastic trails. Now this would come to haunt Adrian and I later on in today's ride.
I can do it down, but going up is a bit of a pain in the ass.
When does anything ever go to plan?
Looking for Adrian and Wayne. I've only have 3 bars of fuel.
I'm on my reserve now. Welcome to the Flinders Ranges ride, episode 4. G'day everyone, artist Wayne here in the Arkaroola Wilderness Sanctuary. And the biggest question today was, would Adrian the Pin-Up Boy's bike start?
You do it.
Where is it?
From there.
Come on. Clearly I have the magic touch. Adrian told me to turn it off.
Leave it on.
He just went,
Told you to leave it on.
Told Wayne
to
to
leave
turn
it
it
on.
off. Turn it off, and now
you
need to warm it up.
What?
Why did you say turn it off?
He did. He's going to turn it off.
Leave it on. I said leave it on.
No one goes like that to leave it on. Told me to turn it off and now it won't start.
How the fuck did you turn it off?
It was. You told me to turn it off.
Turn it off.
Fuck, you told me. I didn't tell you to turn it off.
Do as you told.
You're warming the girl up in the sun. So whilst Adrian pushed his bike in the sun so it could warm itself like a snake and hopefully start later, we chuffed off to have breakfast. This is the way to start a KTM. Here's Santiago with a big cup of start, you bastard.
You have to act.
Hello, good morning.
Can you tell everyone what's happening?
Wayne started my bike, then he turned it off.
You told me to turn it off, didn't
Yes. Should have left it on. You should have been smart enough to leave it on. I said leave it
you?
on.
Shouldn't be smart enough to not tell me to turn it off. Here we were once again, for the 3rd time in 4 days, trying to start Adrian the Pin-Up Boy's 790 KTM. Only this time we didn't have the luxury of being able to trailer his bike to the top of a hill. Would we get it started or have to leave the Pin-Up Boy behind? After that, we met a local and asked him where to find Frome Lookout.
To tell the truth, I've been living here for 70 years. I've never heard of Frome Lookout.
5 minutes down the track, we found it. Just the lookout's just there. Now do try to keep up, my fellow adventure riders, because this is where today's ride begins fraying around the edges. Yes, this is where everything began to unravel. When Adrian the Pin-Up Boy and I hurdled up this hill to check out Frome Lookout, Santiago, Trent the Master Chief, Rob the Mushroom Man, Zdeneck the Mechanic, and Hardcore Mick, well, they all just buggered off. I thought we travelled all this way to the Flinders Ranges to have a good look around, to check things out. But clearly the boys were in a hurry. So here we were on top of Mount Frome Lookout, not a care in the world. Adrian the Pin-Up Boy making rock castles as we checked out the spectacular view. But when we rode back down the hill and out to the road, the only person waiting for us was Santiago. And it was here that Adrian the Pin-Up Boy needed to inflate his front tyre, causing more delays. Adrian's pressure pump toy sounds like it's busted a poo-poo valve. I think you're getting a radio station.
How much pressure does it have? Do you really need it?
15.5.
Everything, me. I have to do everything. Yeah, I have the GPS, I have the tracks. You can't get lost. Yesterday we spent 5 hours on the track there, right? And now I have to my brand new pump. If it gets I'll get a new one. Cost double here in the office. Brand new, unused, and packed. So we're doing unboxing here in the channel. Come on, guys.
Okay. Show us how it works. So you probably don't have a clue how it works, but show us how it works.
This one for the battery, brand new, unpacked, unboxed. This one if you want to set it up and leave it in your battery and your bike. unpacked and boxed. So it comes in a plastic bag from China. You unpack it. So a warning, plastic bag can be dangerous. Please keep away from children, so you can't have this plastic bag or gas specifically. No kids. And here you go. You unzip this Velcro. It's very well done. Thanks, Chinese. My boxing tape doesn't allow me to work properly. Yeah, you can connect here.
Down there. There's parts of my pump just down here. Also from China.
Diesel.
Here we are in the Himalayas. I am their Sherpa. Sherpa Wayne.
We're getting on the fix and flying.
Give us a like for the pump and Santiago's review. He's starting a new channel called Santiago Unboxes. Finally, we were off in search of the other boys. However, we didn't get far. I mean, how was I to know where we were going? I don't have a GPS. So we turned around to take the trail we missed. A trail that would take us into the most spectacular countryside in and around the Arkaroola Wilderness Sanctuary on what was a perfect day here in the Flinders Ranges, South Australia. Now we could hopefully catch up to Trent the Master Chief, Rob the Mushroom Man, Zdeneck the Mechanic and Hardcore Mick, who according to Santiago were doing a huge loop out in front of us that would actually take them back to Arkaroola. It seemed a very strange thing to do considering we just left Arkaroola and needed to travel all the way back to Willow Springs today. Could Santiago have been looking at the track files for the wrong day? Well, I don't want to give too much away because I now needed to stop and do some maintenance on my Moscow Moto bags.
What's wrong, Wayne?
My bag's broken.
Drama! Which bag?
Moscow Moto.
Terrible.
Yeah.
What was on this before?
Okay.
There was 2 cable ties on this?
No, just one. Fucking wrong way.
What's this?
Okay. It's an air vent. At an air vent.
How many Ks do you reckon this will last?
What?
Look at all those twists in them. I would have just...
I can't help it.
Hey.
Now I could ride without my bags jumping all over the place and hitting me in the arse because we were hitting the heights as we climbed hill after hill for the most spectacular 360-degree views that seemed to go on forever. It's no bloody wonder that the Arkaroola Wilderness Sanctuary is South Australia's premier ecotourism destination. And in 2012, the Arkaroola Protection Act was awarded to Arkaroola, recognising the sanctuary's geological and ecological importance. This is why Santiago, Adrian the pin-up boy and I were sitting on top of the world, admiring rugged mountains, granite peaks and magnificent gorges. And every time we climbed up to a lookout, the scenery was even more breathtaking. We really did feel like we were on top of the world. We're on top of the world. Absolutely magnificent, and look at that trail down there. Yes, every time we looked down on the trail we were about to take, we couldn't wait to jump on it. We were riding through some beautiful countryside, easily some of the best I've ever seen. The weather was perfect and we were having fun. Now, when this epic Flinders Ranges ride was being conceived of and planned, Trent, our Master Chief, created 6 days worth of track files. Of course, Santiago, a self-proclaimed brilliant navigator, was following day 4. Or was he? I mean, we all thought it was a little peculiar that we were making our way back to Arkaroola on this huge loop that would take hours. So Santiago found a track which would cut this huge loop in half, bringing us out in front of Trent and the gang. Now all we had to do was send our Master Chief a message telling him not to wait for us. Easy peasy. Now we could sit back, relax, and see the sights. Adrian the pin-up boy, Santiago and I now had plenty of time to explore. And explore we did. Because the Flinders Ranges has a rich history in mining, we were now in search of gold. Here we are live in the Flinders. We're lost, but we found a gold mine. So, come on boys, let's have a look.
You going in?
You are? Did you bring a torch? And that's when it collapsed. Turn your light on.
It's on. I just still can't see shit.
Go in further.
You see any gold?
Keep going.
You can see the end.
Keep going. Here we are in the mine.
Look, there is something there.
What should we do for our followers? Should we go deeper in the mine or should we exit?
Should we leave Adrian? Just dump it here. And Adrian is gone.
Here we are, live in the Flinders Ranges, still at the gold mine.
It's been 2 hours. We've been looking for Adrian.
We can't find Adrian anywhere.
It's 3 p.m. We haven't had any lunch.
No idea.
Starving, no breakfast. Oh, there is something there. Oh, 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 help him, help him. Who cares? No one cares. Who of the followers cares? No one cares.
There you go, my fellow adventure riders. We didn't need to leave Adrian the pin-up boy behind, along with his hard-to-start 790 KTM. The 3 of us were now leaving beautiful Arkaroola behind in our rear-view mirrors. We had spent hours on some magnificent trails, and now it was time to point our bikes in the direction of Willow Springs. We had a long way to ride, but the day was still young and there was a lot more fun to be had. But when the 3 of us arrived at the T intersection to the main road, we found Hardcore Mick had been waiting for us for 3 hours. And no, I'm not making this shit up. But you know how we came out? Did you just go down the road a little bit and then go left?
No, you came straight here.
Oh, we went on a fuck. Oh.
What?
Yeah.
So you've been here for 3 hours?
Yeah.
But why? Look the truck.
The track starts just up there and goes day 6 from here to Willow Springs.
Which one's the date that I have? Ah, I had Carolina Hot Springs. I have to do everything. I have the GPS, I have the tracks, you fucking can't get lost.
Can't get lost.
You did a big loop, it was
brilliant.
amazing.
Sounds great.
Oh, I can't believe that.
So maybe they thought you were with us.
No, because I saw Zdeneck and Rob here, and they gave me the wave, and then they took off, and I waited here.
But so you haven't been with Trent because I texted him and I said, go, don't
So
wait
is Trent
for
not
us.
with you guys either?
No, Trent's in front. So, yeah, so the track starts back there about 1.6 kilometres.
So let's just recap. Where we met Hardcore Mick, he and the boys had started their trail about 1.5 k's down the road. As for Adrian and I, well, we'd been following Santiago all over the countryside whilst he was following the wrong day's track files. I mean, it wasn't a bad thing because we spent the whole morning riding through the most magnificent countryside. As for Hardcore Mick, well, I'm not sure he enjoyed his morning as much as we did. And who knew where the Trent the Master Chief, Rob the Mushroom Man and Zdeneck the Mechanic were? What an absolute balls up! Shortly after this, Hardcore Mick left us as he was going to ride to the Blinman pub for lunch. As for Santiago, Adrian and I, we were on the Dakar stretch of our ride. Big, long, fast straights that went on as far as the eye could see. This is the real iconic Flinders Ranges outback, which has long attracted people looking for adventure. The boys and I had now travelled around 80 kilometres south of Arkaroola village and were quickly approaching the turnoff, which would take us to the beautiful Mount Chambers Gorge. Set on private land, the Gorge is a huge tourist attraction located between Blinman and Balcanoona Gammon Ranges National Park. The majestic Mount Chambers Gorge winds its way through the Werring Hills toward Lake Frome. That's what Adrian, the pin-up boy, and I were looking at when we were on top of Frome Lookout early this morning. You know, the place that's really hard to find.
I've been living here for 70 years. I've never heard of Frome Lookout.
Anyhow, the Mount Chambers area was the perfect place to stop for some lunch. We had our lunch and a nice chat with an elderly couple who were travelling around Australia in their caravan. Then it was time to kick up our stands and explore this area they call Mount Chambers Gorge. The beautiful Mount Chambers Gorge is one of the most significant ancient cultural sites for the Adelaide people, with a great deal of mythological importance, and it's one of the largest galleries of traditional rock art in the Flinders Ranges, which are predominantly petroglyphs. The beautiful and majestic Flinders Ranges are the largest mountain ranges in South Australia, which starts about 200 kilometres north of Adelaide. The ranges stretch for over 430 kilometres from Port Pirie to Lake Callabonna, and the Adelaide people are the Aboriginal group who have inhabited the range for tens of thousands of years. After riding here for 4 days, and wife Jackie and I travelling in our Ram and van for the past 2 months, it was easy to see why the Flinders Ranges is a paradise for off-road enthusiasts. With iconic tracks including Birdsville, Strzelecki and Oodnadatta, well worn and leading to many famous outback towns and watering holes, aka pubs. It's no wonder why people easily fall in love with this magical place. I know we certainly did. Sadly, today was looking like our last day of riding, because tomorrow the forecast was for heavy rain. So Santiago, Adrian and I were making the most of it whilst we could. We had filled our adventurous spirits by exploring these brilliant tracks through this spectacular and rugged landscape. we had out-of-this-world astronomy experiences, looking to the skies in Arkaroola, Mother Nature's gift for world-class stargazing. Just ask Santiago and Adrian. And today we got to treasure hunt for gold. What a brilliant 4 days of riding here in the magnificent Flinders Ranges. No one got lost, there were no bike failures, and nobody hurt themselves. And of course we had more than enough laughs along the way. You can't ask for any more than that. And the following day it was time to say our farewells. Would there be any drama? Of course there would. Plum brandy.
And here you go.
Makes a good engine cleaner.
Yeah.
It's the end of an era.
You can sip it from the bottle.
Oh, good, don't
End of an era.
Cheers.
About the Sante.
You just said check the bottle. Wow. That's cool. Beautiful. That's it. Thank you.
After saying our goodbyes to Rob the Mushroom Man and of course Zdeneck the Mechanic, it was time for us to farewell Santiago and Adrian the Pin-Up Boy. It's no surprise that this is when more drama unfolded.
Here we are, ready. But Adrian's connection, electrical is not working. No indicators on the trailer. Here we have our head mechanic.
Do we have, where's Zdeneck?
Zdeneck's just left, so he's no help to us.
We have no mechanic.
You got any? Anyone got any pliers?
Adrian has a bike that doesn't really work and
You did.
Bike, trailer.
ute and trailer. Everything matches.
Yeah,
Nothing works.
nothing's getting serviced.
So we're going to miss you, Wayne.
Forget any flies.
Say we're going to miss you, Wayne. Say it!
Say what?
Say we're going to miss you, Wayne.
We're gonna miss you, Wayne. We'll see you soon.
Yeah. I'm artist Wayne Dowsett and thanks for watching, everyone.